Welcome back, everyone! Last time we were wondering why did Windy Oldbag speak up right at this very instant? Or, well, I guess mostly Edgeworth was wondering that. But of course, I mean, why couldn't we be wondering that too? Let's all wonder together why that was happening. But before I do that, I'm gonna just talk about a couple things really quickly, though. First of all, I finished the final case of Dual Destinies, Case 5. I got one guilty verdict in that case. I'm bringing my total to 8 guilty verdicts. 1 guilty verdict in Case 1, 5 in Case 2, 1 in Case 3, 0 in Case 4, and 1 in Case 5. That's 8 guilty verdicts, I believe, if I math correctly. Yes, it is. I'm doing the DLC case now, just in case you're wondering at the time of this recording. Might be done by the time this comes out. Maybe, probably. I don't know, honestly. My pace has been slowing down a little bit, especially ever since I got that job, as I was telling you about last episode. So, I don't know if I'll be able to have it done by the time this episode comes out, but we'll see. But anyway, though, where was I? Oh, yeah, the second thing is, this episode's tying for second on terms of episode count with Skies of Arcadia Legends. This is episode 78, everyone! We've had 78 episodes of this, my gosh. It's still probably about, I don't know, 15 or 20 behind Tales of Zestiria. So, chances are it's not going to pass Tales of Zestiria. But, at the very least, unless this is the finale, we might be passing Skies of Arcadia Legends for second place here with this series. So go figure. Oh my gosh, this is a long one. I honestly did not expect it to be this long. I thought, like, maybe it'd be about the same length as the other ones I played. Maybe like 60 tops? I don't know. But I guess not. Anyway, though, let's move on then, shall we? I'll give you even a little bit extra time just to make up for the things I was talking about, because I don't really like talking about random things at the start of an episode and then having that count against the episode time. Now, maybe in the middle of the episode, maybe I do that, because I'm just that kind of weird person, but at the beginning of the episode, no way. I don't like wasting time like that. Anyway, what do we find out? What are we going to find out? Well, you know what, Eddie, cheer up! Because I'm gonna give you some most wonderful thing! The most wonderful thing from you? It's super special that I'm going to give it right here, you know! I'm a special person of love to my sweet Eddie Boo! Are you ready? Is this? Is it time? Is it finally time? Freaking hot. The samurai dogs are gonna be the secret weapon that unfolds the entire case. Like, my gosh. Excuse me. It's a box of those samurai dogs, right? Yes! Oh, Eddie Boo! Here, go on, anyone, and you'll feel as red as rain! Jeez. Are we through here? Why did everyone get so quiet all of a sudden? Edgy Poo! Tell me you understand the depths of this lady's love for you! I'm not gonna snacks with you know, no sir! But then I'm gonna be that maybe I would be good enough and you would make sure you were nice and full of my name is bedroom to serve you something my own homemade food and I mean it is a desire of every woman to make sure that for love and death and goes hungry. That's what I experience. I'll tell you one thing though. I'm sorry, can you back then? Mr. Edgeworth, can't you do anything about her? She was actually talking kind of slow enough for me to read everything, sort of, at the start of that. And then she sped up! Why? Dang it! No, I actually heard from someone that apparently the Ace Attorney remakes on 3DS, I guess, apparently slowed down her text, I guess, whenever she talks like that. So you can actually, well, I mean, actually, no, you really couldn't read all of it, could you? But yeah, apparently it's slowed down in the remakes where you could actually read all of that. I don't know that, but that's just something I've heard anyway. There is no power on Earth that can force that woman into silence. But I'm so sick of tired of it! All the people do is look down at me! Even this box of samurai dogs made me rebel! And I was special that it was like the Japanese flags, I thought it was special! But when I eat what it tastes like all the rest, oh, it made me so bad! Wait, a special box with a Hinomaru-like fan on it? I've never heard of such a piece of merchandise existing before. However, there it is. The red rising sun and the fan is filled in. Is it possible? Could it be? After the show, the samurai dogs are piled up on the dressing room floor. However, there's no such thing as a rising sun dog. Rising sun dogs taken from the dressing room. The fan's rising sun is the spirit within for some reason. It's time for some logic. This contradiction of facts between something that should not exist and yet does. The rays from this rising sun may just be maybe just what we needed to point us in the right direction. Hey, peasant! The studio bigwigs basically told us to play delivery boys. Wait a second now. Hold on. Let me make my samurai dog now. Oh! Busted! The studio bigwigs basically told us to play delivery boys. We were supposed to hand the dogs off to the embassy people and tell them hi. I had to pile them all into the pushcart just to move them all. Oh my gosh, the double logic. I also have to read that. I believe you understand what this means, correct? You killed Mr. Coach in this theater and then placed his body inside the pushcart. Body in the pushcart. You placed Cochin's body in the pushcart in the dressing room. I forgot to read the other one. I want to read the other one. And then, you forced the Steel Samurai to unwittingly move the body for you. It's time to piece the final pieces of this logic puzzle together. No matter how fragile or small the connections may be, once we've found them all, the way to the truth will be revealed. Auto logic! So let's see, this was it was samurai dogs. Boxes of samurai dogs was sitting in the push cart. I can't back out of this. I was like, what happens if I back out of this? So let's see. Box of samurai dogs were sitting in the push cart, Taking from the dressing room, and the fan's rising sun is filled in for some reason. Hero face coach and body in the push cart in the dressing room. Okay, so samurai dogs in the body in the push cart, I would assume. Connect! Yeah! The killer used the pushcart to transport the body, which means that they had to remove the samurai dogs from within first. Therefore, the samurai dogs that were piled up on the dressing room floor. You know, something I forgot to mention. Speaking of, a few minutes late, but speaking of Skies of Arcadia Legends, do you remember that this Edgeworth voice technically debuted in Skies of Arcadia Legends? It was the Ramirez voice. Of course, it transformed quite significantly since then. I mean, honestly, I would say my Edgeworth voice in the original Ace Attorney game was very similar, if not the same as the Ramirez voice, but for some reason in this game, it kind of transformed into like something completely different. Like there was a weird, like enunciation thing or an accent or whatever you want to call it. I don't even know what do you call this voice? I don't know what you call this voice, but like it changed, which is, well, I mean, I guess surprise, right? I mean, I guess the thing is I adapted it to fit more. I don't know if it fits Edgeworth exactly, but I think it fits Edgeworth personally. I adapted it to fit Edgeworth's person to be a little bit more specific, I guess. I don't really know. Therefore, the samurai dogs that were piled up on the dressing room floor. And it's also been over a year since that series happened, so that voice technically debuted over a year ago, so my goodness. It's an old voice now, everyone, my gosh. Samurai dogs were removed. Dogs were put on the dressing room floor by the killer to make room for the body. Were most likely taken... Oh, I already read that, didn't I? I don't know. Jeez, man. Logic, huh? Alright, send dogs and samurai dogs removed. The dogs will be put on the floor of the room. What's just gonna happen there? I don't know. Connection! Ah! That which should not exist. This box of samurai dogs with a Hinamaru on it. If the red rising sun was filled in when the killer was busy removing dogs from the pushcart, then it's proof that the murder took place in the dressing room. As long as this red substance turns out to be what I believe it to be. Windy Old Bag. I thank you. Ah! What you have given to me is truly something very special. Edgy Pool! Mr. Edgeworth, are you sure you're feeling okay, sir? I'm feeling more than okay, Detective Gumshoe. I'm really feeling okay. Mr. Alba, as I suspected, you killed Mr. Coach in the dressing room. How many times must I listen to you repeat yourself? Haven't you figured it out yet? Your words are meaningless, worthless, and powerless. The only way I'm going to continue to cooperate is with some definitive evidence.
That arrogance, that self-confidence. You believe that you've erased every piece of evidence that can incriminate you. However, there remains one piece here, and it is what will put you away for good.
Ha! You're bluffing. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, sounds like you finally found them. You finally found the fangs we need to go after this guy's jugular. So tell us, jugular, well, that's a weird word. So tell us, what about that box of samurai dogs is going to put the old man away?
The trace evidence that will bring him down? Why, it's here, of course.
Well, I'm just gonna go ahead and look at this side for no reason, because why not? Hey!
This part is just the same as all the rest of the boxes, but there is one spot in particular on the box that seems off. What exactly is it?
Oh, I don't know. Could it be this thing? Just kidding. Just kidding, everyone. Just kidding. Let's take a look!
This box of samurai dogs with a rising sun fan on it. That should never have existed. So I want you all to take a good look at this red spot. It's a single drop of blood.
Huh? What? Blood, you say?
Agent Lang, I'd like this blood analyzed post-haste.
I've got to admit, I'm a bit surprised. I can't believe we found blood in a place like this. Hey, you. Get this down to the lab, pronto. But why was there blood on that box to begin with?
If we think about the flow of the crime, I think the reason will become obvious. Larry, you said that you transported the samurai dogs to the pushcart, correct?
Oh, yeah. You have a great memory, Edgy. That pushcart was a bit too big for my son, you know what I mean? So to make sure everyone could see him, I had to pile some stuff in. I figured the samurai dogs were there, so I used them to fill up the carts.
If what Larry says is true, then what were the boxes doing on the floor?
I see. The killer took them out in order to place the body in the pushcart.
Exactly. And that is when I believe the victim's blood found its way onto that box.
But when my men investigated that room, not a single box of samurai dogs was in there. Because embassy staff members had already confiscated them.
Yes. No doubt to hide the evidence of the murder.
It's a good thing Miss Oldbag managed to steal that one box before they got to them, huh? Looks like Miss Oldbag also managed to put this great thief to shame. What a scandalous way of putting that! I didn't steal, I received it for myself!
Quercus Alba, I'd say this was one very fatal oversight on your part.
But how do you prove that it was me that I had put that blood on that box? Sorry to rain on your little love fest. However...
How can he be so self-confident in a no-win situation for him like this?
Even if that blood turns out to belong to Mr. Cochin, then what? So, Mr. Edgeworth, it sounds like he's not ready to call it quits yet, huh?
The sole piece of evidence that was left at the scene of the crime. That alone shed light on a new fact. At the very least, we now have proof the murder occurred in the dressing room.
And you say that like it means something. Huh?
Excuse me, sirs!
Report. What were the results of the analysis?
Sir, the analysis came back and confirmed that the red substance is blood.
I knew it. With this, Quercus Alba. Mr. Edgeworth, I wonder if you might humor my question.
Your question?
The one from before, or have you forgotten? Even if that is Mr. Cochin's blood, what difference would it make? Like we already told you, it proves that the crime scene was the dressing room. But it doesn't prove that I am your killer, does it? That's...
He has a very good point.
I knew he was gonna play that card. It was freaking... like, the difference was so obvious right there. My gosh.
The blood on the box doesn't prove that Mr. Alba is the killer.
But then, this evidence... it's meaningless. That can't be. We were so close, sir. I want to smack that smug look off his face. Come on, there's gotta be something we can do.
We finally found a solid piece of evidence. There must be something I can expose with it. Dot 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 dot. Ack! I can't think of a single thing.
Now, if you'll excuse me, something. Who was that? It's too late. I won't allow anyone to stop me now. It wasn't me, pal! And it wasn't me this time either. It wasn't me either!
It was me! Valid Grimare!
No, I'm just kidding. I don't freaking know who this is.
Why did you...
Oh, that guy. What the heck?
Because I haven't finished reporting everything to you yet, sir. There's more?
What? Hurry up and spit it out.
Yes, sir. That blood I mentioned. It's not of the same blood type as the victim's blood.
What? No! Dot.
What?
It's probably Alba's blood, if I had to guess. I mean,
again, you know, there's some unused evidence here.
I wonder... I don't think we used that yet anyway. I wonder where we're gonna be using this today. What do you mean it's not the same type? You mean it's not the victim's blood? So, well, now it does make me wonder, though. How? I wonder. If it isn't his, then who the heck is it?
I don't know, sir! All I know is that it's not the same blood type as the victim, sir.
What should we do now, Mr. Edgeworth? I have no idea what's what anymore. Why did they not figure out who it was? Couldn't they just gotten a DNA result right there and be like, oh, it's like it's Quercus Alba's or something like it?
Neither do I.
My, what an amazing turn of events, whatever. I can't talk today. It's really late. Way past my bedtime, you know. That blood drop proved something to be true, all right. Namely, my words.
And which one of your words would that be?
The ones where I said that your words are meaningless, worthless, and powerless. That blood has nothing to do with the murder investigation whatsoever. Need I remind you that the blood got onto that box long before it entered my embassy? What sort of nonsense? Yeah, it's blood, pal! There's no way it's not related to the murder. So you would like to believe. But what if someone preparing samurai dogs had a small nosebleed? What then? I guess that's possible. Dang it. Have we been wasting our time on a red herring? The blood doesn't belong to anyone connected to the case. That should be clue enough. Quercus Alba, you monster! Silence. Don't you ever address me with such a filthy word again.
Monster's not that filthy of a word.
I've wasted enough time here with you, and you have your answers. And now let me through. Alba, it doesn't matter where you run off to. You'll never escape me. Someday I'll have the satisfaction of sinking my fangs into you. You'll see. And all of Interpol will be behind me, working to see it to it that day comes. Do you know what your words sound like to me? They sound like the whinings of a pathetic loser, of a mutt. Arrgh!
Is this really the extent of all that we can do? Is the blood really from someone completely unrelated to the case? Or is there another possibility? Someone else other than the victim?
Well, I mean, I've called this already, so I mean, we already know what my take on this is.
It's when I thought I had him backed into a corner. It is I who have been backed into one. In a situation like this, what would that man do? What would he, who can turn any desperate situation around, do? Turn it around? That's it. I must turn my way of thinking around. It's not whose blood is this. It's whose blood could get onto the box like this. And if I think about it like that way, if the blood got onto the box when the body was being placed into the pushcart, then the owner of said blood must have been in the dressing room at the time. And there was only one person that could be.
Well, I must praise you for trying so hard. It's because of you kids that I was removed from center stage, and will be forced to live out the rest of my life in the shadows, unfortunately. But it's not a total loss, as the underworld will allow me more freedom than you'll ever know. Freedom like what the raven feels as it flies through the dark night sky. You can't lay a finger on me, not now or ever. The arm of the law is powerless before me.
Objection! Powerless, is it? I wouldn't be so sure about that if I were you.
What do you mean?
Allow me to describe you in one word. How pitiful, you soulless creature.
Pitiful? How so?
Quercus Alba, your wings were clipped long ago.
Dot. I said that like a question, even though it was an exclamation mark. Whatever!
And for someone who was trying to fly away on them without noticing that fact, pitiful is the perfect word to describe you. And so is soulless, obviously.
Ha. Mere words. What do you mean by his wings were clipped, Mr. Edgeworth?
So what do you think it needs, Kay? We'd already caught him in our trap a while back. With an incredibly powerful definitive piece of evidence.
Hey, to Mr. Prosecutor, care to speak in English? What are you talking about? What piece of evidence?
The piece I speak of is, of course, this drop of blood.
No, that is not from the victim! I don't see how it remains relevant to the case at all!
Miss Von Karma, I believe that is exactly why it's very important to the case. And the part that is most important is the fact that it's not the victim's blood.
What was the... Sarah pushed us out by some dressing room. Did we ever confirm what the blood inside here was? Was it actually Koshin's or was it the other blood? It's blood!
This must be Mr. Koshin's blood. It only goes to prove that Mr. Koshin's body was indeed transport...
Did we... I'm just... Whatever, man. Just whatever. Anyway, I don't even know anymore. Dot.
You're looking for a little pale. Good, then I believe you are already aware of what I mean.
And you know who the blood belongs to?
Of course I do. This piece of evidence is the irrefutable proof that will stop the killer in his tracks. The blood that soiled this box of sealed samurai dogs belongs to this person.
I wonder who it could be. There you are, man. I like how they actually changed his portrait too. It was actually maybe that was what I was thinking about checking earlier randomly. I was like, did they ever change his portrait? Yeah, though. Oops, didn't do that. Anyway, Ambassador of Alabasta is actually the ringleader. No, he doesn't. Not anymore.
The blood of the rising sun in the box belongs to you, Quercus Alba.
What? Why is his blood on the box of samurai dogs? He's not even a victim.
The blood fell into the box when Mr. Koshin's body was being loaded into the pushcart. At the time, the only two people in the dressing room were the victim and his killer.
So that's what you mean. The blood doesn't belong to the victim. Then there's only one other person it can belong to.
Yes, and that person is the murderer himself. That's the only logical conclusion.
But Mr. Koshin was the one who was stabbed, sir. Why would Mr. Alba have been the one who was bleeding?
What if during the murder Mr. Koshin had fought back?
You mean, if before Mr. Alba could kill him, Mr. Koshin managed to wound Mr. Alba?
Yes, and I believe we have a piece of evidence that proves that he was bleeding then. What is the piece of evidence that shows that Mr. Alba was probably bleeding at the time?
Well, I mean, at the time? At the time. Are we talking about this, I assume? I mean, yeah. For some reason I felt like they were being a little bit misleading there, but I don't know.
Mr. Alba, you bear on your body a great wound.
That was from when the Mask 2 attacked me with a pair of scissors. What a weapon indeed. Yeah. Oh, wait. Come to think of it, why isn't that in our... I do actually remember him showing that. But why did we not have that as a piece of testimony? Or, not testimony, but a piece of evidence or whatever. That wasn't a pair of scissors, though. That was like something else. It was weird looking, but I don't think it was scissors. Yeah, and that happened way after he was in the dressing room.
Ah, but that... Is that what really happened? You can manufacture a weapon by smearing blood on it. So I can't just accept that as fact. Can we try a test, Mr. Alba, and see if the shape of your wound matches the scissors?
You really are something else, Mr. Edgeworth. You don't let a single thing slip you by, no matter how insignificant the possibility.
You're one to talk, Mr. Alba. You managed to get the law to slip for 10 years as a smuggling ring's leader. No matter the danger, you can hide every last ounce of fear and anxiety from everyone. You truly are a one-of-a-kind criminal.
I am the master of my fear. However, to think that a person such as you could miss such a large thing.
You believe I've overlooked something?
You said that my wound was caused by Mr. Koshin, and that it was caused here in one of the theater's dressing rooms, right?
Yes, that is correct.
I'd like to point out that it's simply not possible. My wound is a stab wound, and one that could only have come from a blade. I wonder where you'll propose that such a weapon came from. Ah, the theater was packed with security guards. It would have been impossible for anyone to have come into this area with a weapon of any sort. Just as Mr. Alba was able to bring in an Alabastian knife in a bouquet, there must have been some other way to sneak in a weapon of some sort. But as long as you can't prove what that other way is, all your talk about Mr. Koshin stabbing me is pure nonsense. So if that other way does exist, you better hurry and tell me now. I have an idea. I do have an idea, anyway.
With pleasure.
Oh, wait, what?
This piece of evidence shows us how Mr. Koshin brought a weapon into this theater.
Wait, how Mr. Koshin brought a weapon into this theater? How he brought it in? I was gonna say, maybe he got stabbed with the Yatagarasu's key, and then... Wait, how a weapon... How is this working exactly? But still, I'm thinking I was thinking like maybe the Yatagarasu's key was what committed the act of stabbing him, and then the blood got washed off when it was put in the water or whatever. Like, I don't know, man. I don't know how easily water washes off blood, but it's maybe not. Let me look over my evidence. I don't know. I mean, that's not showing us how the weapon was brought into the theater. I don't think. Oh, it is that! What am I talking about? It was disguised as a freaking key. I'm an idiot. That was a close one. Gosh dang. I almost talked myself out of that without realizing. Oh wait, duh, it turns into a key.
Among law enforcement, this piece is known as the Yatagarasu's key.
Oh, that key. That's a key that my father stole from here 7 years ago.
And it is very unique. And that is both a key and a knife. Meaning that under the guise of a key, it could have been easily brought into the theater. You couldn't dispose of the knife that stabbed you. Therefore, you wiped off the blood and placed it back in Mr. Koshin's pocket. After all, the key itself opens the safe in his office. And inside that safe, there was a document about Kodopian paper, signed by Mr. Cochin. In order to make it look like Mr. Cochin died as a leader of the smuggling ring. In order to make it so that the police were the ones who opened that office safe. All that hard work to save yourself only served to destroy you in the end. Shall we try matching this knife's blade with your wound, Mr. Quercus Alba?
Did we do it?
I rest my case. And that is what some may call the coup de grace. The coup de grace. The coup de grace? Yeah, I know it's coup de grace. Well, still, it looks like coup de grace, but why? I hate French. I don't hate French people. I just hate the language. It doesn't make any sense. Why is it so illogical? It's like, come on, that clearly says coup de grace, but yet you pronounce it coup de grace? What the heck? I don't get it. It's so it doesn't make it makes no sense. Impossible. You can't take me down. Swine, all of you. Especially Manny Cochin. This is all because of that man's betrayal. He sought to steal control of the smuggling ring from me by removing me as ambassador. Which is why he deserved to die while bearing the guilt for all of my crimes for me. That's why I sent out the Yadagarasu's card, and how this incident was born. Manny was supposed to be the smuggling ring's leader, who was killed by the Yadagarasu. But I had yet another reason. Yet another story that was supposed to play out. Manny's death was supposed to bring everything to a close. And I would have gotten away with it too, if it wasn't for you meddling prosecutors. Yeah. Hardy, har, ha. And we don't know exactly what he was going for with that one there, huh? Mr. Alba, I'm afraid there is one more question I forgot to ask.
Not.
This country's, or Alabast's country's court would you like to face first? Either way, it's game over for you.
Dramatic! March 17th, 11:21 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. Phew, this is it, the big day. It's Mr. Alba's trial today.
And next week he's scheduled to stand trial in his own country of Alabast. Francisca's heading that one. I suspect she'll be serving a full course of whiplashes at it.
Having to face Miss Von Karman and Corey after facing you, sir. Ugh. I don't even want to think of what that would be like. I caught a glimpse of Mr. Alba as he was being escorted into the courthouse. And boy, he looked about as glum as I do the day before I get my monthly paycheck. You know, I've been thinking that flight attendant and even Mr. Portsman were all Mr. Alba's secret agents.
Correct. That smuggling ring was the common thread between all of the incidents.
I'm gonna say real quick, just in case they ask me to present some evidence at the end of this, you know. As usual, of course. My goodness, so. Finally. Brought him to justice. Or we would assume so. Assuming they didn't get Phoenix Wright as his defense attorney for some reason. I mean, my goodness, if they did that, it's like, wow. My gosh. Why did Phoenix ever defend a scumbag like him? Nah, who knows.
The smuggling ring leader was the common thread between all the incidents. Kevin Neal was to provide support during the smuggling ops, using her job as an attendant. And Mr. Portsman was to manipulate trials related to the ring to end in their favor.
iFly Airlines and even the prosecutor's office. No one was safe from the smuggling ring, huh, sir?
I suspect there are even more members of the ring spread throughout the world.
Yeah, it sounds like such a big out that I can't even begin to imagine what it's like. Dot 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 dot.
What is it, detective?
Ah, nothing. It's just, well, come to think of it, Mr. Ernest Amano's trial is also scheduled for later today, sir.
I'm aware of that. Mr. Amano has been working with the smuggling ring now for over 10 years. He used the Amano Group's various connections worldwide to assist the ring. But all of that has come to an end as the conglomerate is now undergoing harsh scrutiny. I owe Mr. Amano a debt of gratitude, but he must pay his debt to society.
Well, with the arrest of both Mr. Alba and Mr. Amano, I guess that about wraps up the KG8 incident as well, huh?
I suppose so. The real killer in the KG8 incident 10 years ago was Manny Cochin. And 7 years ago, the killer in the second KG8 incident was Mackerel. Those two facts are the unshakable truth. However, it seems that a lot of effort was put into hiding these and other truths from us. And I will expose it all at the trials today.
You're solving cases left and right today, aren't you, sir?
CCU and D-Man. Perhaps now these two brave souls who tried to make the truth known can rest in peace. By the way, I received some gifts from Ambassador Poleno. Shrimp, crab, beef. I don't need any of these, so I'm giving them to you.
What? Seriously, sir? Wait, actually, I don't think I want them anymore. The way you're holding them. Don't tell me they're just coupons, sir.
Detective Gumshoe, have you not read the paper recently? Ever since the two countries became Codopia again, its economy has changed.
Really?
And it seems that Ambassador Poleno has reaped a few benefits of his own from it. He's been announced as the official ambassador of the newly reunified Codopia.
Ah, but what a pity. Even though every item he sent... Who's talking? Even though every item you sent is a treasure, you don't seem all that interested. Well, if you don't want them, I can give them to my lovely assistant, Kay. My lovely is it... Who? Oh, wait, that's not what I said. So, Mr. Edgeworth, please let me have them, sir. Actually, come to think of it, where is Kay? How come she's still not here? Wait, what? Who said that? Wait. I get it now. Ah, shoot. Pause. Alrighty, I'm back. Don't you just love it when you're about to end the game and then it's like, nope, you better finish this some other time. Because that's what I'm doing. I'm finishing this some other time. So anyway, though, where were we? I don't remember if I read this or not, but I'm gonna read it again anyway, just in case I didn't. So heck with it. I don't know. Hey, you've got to be more alert than that. Eek! I can't believe you didn't notice. I was even mimicking Mr. Edgeworth's voice for a bit. I did not notice that at all, Kay. I totally didn't notice you or realize that voice was you. Lang Z says ferocious love blooms with each new spring. You're impersonating Lang now? Like, what are you doing? Oh, okay. Never mind.
Agent Lang, a pleasant surprise to see you here.
It's been a long time since I set foot in the courthouse, but I wasn't going to miss watching the guy who screwed up my country finally get what's coming to him. Well, that and something else. I want to see you in action in court.
Is that so, Agent Lang?
We fleshed out all of the counterfeit bills, so Zhang is finally at peace again. And it's all thanks to you, so I just want to say thanks. Wow, I never thought I'd see the day old Wolfie says thanks, Mr. Edgeworth.
I should be the one thanking you, Agent Lang. If you hadn't negated Mr. Alba's extraterritorial rights, I would not have been able to bring him to trial. I believe the victory belongs to both of us in this case.
Shared victory, huh? Look, don't get me wrong. I'll still never forgive you, prosecutors. And I have zero interest in that truth thing you talk about in court. I've always done things my own way, and that's not about the change. You got that?
I see. Well, I believe you should follow your own creed when you do your job.
Yeah, and if there's ever a someone your precious truth can't catch, feel free to sit around and cry about it all you want. But as for me, I'm going to get that person no matter what.
Alright. It's about time for the trial to start. I will see you later.
I'll be watching your performance from the gallery. I'm looking forward to this. I prepared a whole ton of ticker tape for today's victory, sir. I'll help throw some around when Mr. Edgeworth wins. Hope you've got enough, because I'm going to go call my men up as well.
A modest amount of ticker tape goes a long way.
Does it really now, Edgeworth? Does it really?
The scene shifts to the courtroom, and the final act of this long tale begins. The legend of the great thief Yatagarasu. It's the story of those who chose to dedicate their lives to something. Oh my gosh. Prosecutors and those who seek a guilty verdict for the defendants they meet. And in the end, you have no choice but to win by any means necessary. That creed was forced on me since I was very young. However, I no longer think that is all we prosecutors are. And that is because
the end justifies the means, that's why, of course. What am I talking about? I don't even know. My gosh, he has no opponent. He's gonna win so easily.
Even though I've only been away from the courtroom for a short time, I feel as though it's been a lifetime since I've set foot in one. And today, more than any other day, feel the fight within me rising.
You just objected to no one. What are you doing? Training your cords of steel like Apollo always does? You gotta be like, here comes justice! Oh my gosh, the memories are on the... Remember when we were tied up in that plane so long ago? Oh, that was so great, wasn't it now? I am really in Mr. Edgeworth's death for the other day. Thanks to him, I'm still free to serve in the friendly blue skies. Oh, so about the suitcase. I've been selling them on the internet, and they've become a real sensation. Thanks to the praise the art world has lavished on my work as being truly postmodern. The airline has chosen me to design their new line of iFly jumbo jets. Just think, someday you will be able to take a ride in my pink-walled, yellow-seated jet. That just sounds so wrong. I don't know, man. Yuki with 2 U's and Yuki with a single U? Alright, whatever. That's interesting name combinations. Hello, Zinko Blanc. You getting knocked down on things again? No, I'm just kidding. I know these are flashbacks. I'm just saying, though.
Edgeworth! Oh, rude is a rude man. Because of my time and money is wasted. But more importantly, I've received the most fantastic treasure recently, the primitive statue of the Principality Codopia. It waits a bit light in my hands, but the Ambassador Plato was most generous.
Oh, is that so now, Mr. LeBlanc? Let's see, who's this gonna be? Francisca? Gumshoe? Francisca. We finally caught the Agent Hicks killer, and I was able to witness Mr. Alba's teary eyes. It feels good to finally bring everything to a close. I received another offer from the Interpol to work for another case in cooperation with them. However, the Codopian courts await. Codopia's heir is supposed to be very fresh, so I went to their new vigor. Oh my gosh, new vigor for the whip? I can't wait, this is gonna be amazing. Oh yeah, why are they doing the credits like this? This is a little different. Like
normally it's just like, oh,
they'll flash into people, but now they're doing like this. It's weird flashbacks, man. The Central Patrolman has been fired as of today, sir. I thought I was safe since we found the gun I had dropped. But I hadn't noticed that I had dropped my police badge too. I guess what's really broke the camel's back was that I couldn't find my badge. My little life was suddenly tripped into a dark black hole, sir. I think I'll go back to the courthouse and file a complaint for with Rufflesman. I played a freaking hammer sound when he hit his hands together. This game is weird. I don't get it. Who we got next? We got Emma, I think. I mean, she's the one doing the action, so we assume so. I was actually hoping to talk with Mr. Edgeworth a bit more than I did. But I've got to get going and return to Europe. I've still got a long way to go and a lot of stuff to study there. Next time I help Mr. Edgeworth on a case, I'm going to do it as a real forensic scientist. I'm sure he's going to need all the help I can give him scientifically. Of course. Gotta do everything scientifically, because if you don't do scientifically things... Oh, you screwed up very badly then, in that case. Good job, good job. Oh, no, it's that person. That person is so so crazy? Because the kidnapping was staged, I was let off easy. I won't be going outside much anytime soon, but that's really okay. The only prison I'm forever trapped in is the cage of love. The guard down at the detention center. Well, when he's on guard duty, he has such a cold look in his eyes, just like that prosecutor. Badump! Ah, stop it, Lauren. When will you ever learn to stop being a prisoner of love? Never? I don't freaking know.
That's dark. Oh my god, what do you mean never?
Oh, Gumshoe, hold your horses, man! Just gotta bump that guard out of the way like you did back in the old days.
It appears there are all sorts of drama that takes place outside the courtroom. Since we judges are only here in day in and out, I've only heard a few rumors, but apparently Mr. Edgeworth teamed up with a thief and became a detective. Maybe I should team up with a bailiff and try to become a lawyer or something.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I mean, apparently most judges are former prosecutors and defense attorneys, so I mean,
Why?
wouldn't you have been one too, Judge?
I don't know.
Maybe not in this universe. I guess not. I don't know. Well, what do I know?
I mean, maybe I do know. But I'll never tell, of course.
I wouldn't know anything.
Oh, it's Maggie Bird, no!
Hello, Maggie Bird, what's up?
Phew, I barely escaped death yet again! Yeah, but 2 for 1. Boy, we were lucky that Mr. Edgeworth helped us out, huh? Yeah, but because I lost that key, I got fired from my security guard job. Don't let it get you down, Maggie. You still got me. You're right, sir. I won't be sad. I'm going to pick myself up and get through this. I wonder what my next job I should be. Oh, this is actually kind of fun.
You sure are taking getting fired pretty lightly, but whatever. Whatever you feel like doing,
Miss Bird.
Why are you named after a bird, I wonder? That seems a little bit odd.
Oh, it's Plano.
Why not come to Capitopia for your summer vacation? We have coupons aplenty. Right now, our embassy is proud to present our Let's Investigate a Murder show. Although recreating that particular case has created a few small fires of its own. Good job. Then we had a few problems with the fire marshals, but the next event will be great. There will be an attraction entitled Capture the Yatagarasu. Of course, I hope to enlist Kei's help in creating our latest attraction.
Seriously, how can you be so reckless to create fires in your own embassy?
That's like, okay. It was one thing when the bad people did that, but
Then you're doing that yourself. You're just being terrible now. Ugh, jeez.
oh, hello, Larry. My gosh, the water.
I can't believe that Minnie ditched me and went to Japan. But it's okay, because that's how I met Miharu. We're planning to go to Paris soon and start a business. We're going to sell Blue Ocean dogs. They'll sell like hot cake hot dogs for sure. A blue hot dog and a blue bun. I guarantee it'll turn your tongue and your face blue. I know I'm not really the type to work a lot or at all really, but oh, so I noticed that I really haven't seen the guy in the blue suit at all recently. I wonder what's up. Well, next time we meet, I'm gonna make him eat one of my dogs. Are we talking about Phoenix here? I mean, why didn't you just say Phoenix? You're his friend. You just not remember his name? You really not remember Phoenix's name? Or were you talking about some other guy in a blue suit? Who are you talking about, Larry? Say his name! No one in this game says his name. I don't get it.
I just don't get it.
Today I gave testimony in court as a member of the Yatagarasu. Yo, Mr. Bad, you look well, all things considered. By the way, have you noticed that elements within the ring have begun moving? They're probably fighting over who should succeed, or who should be the next boss. Although, to be honest, I wish I could forget I'd ever heard of that smuggling ring. Langsy says thoroughly bite the poisonous snake from head to tail. No one runs afoul of the law and escapes this wolf's fangs. I'll get you all yet. Ah, youth. When did I become so old, I wonder?
I don't know, a few years ago, I guess.
I've begun noticing the gray hair in my beard more. I'm thinking of retiring my mirror.
Oh, I see.
Well, wait, but he still looks, he looks the same
He did when he was whatever his age was, like 53, 60. Is that what the transition was? I don't remember. Regardless, though, that was still a very short transition. Or not a short transition. I don't know. What am I talking about? What am I talking about?
I was big business with the big man in all this matter 2 days. Talk about busy. But it's alright because I got a letter from my beloved Angie Poo. Please take care of your hip, and when you wish to speak, first take off your headpiece. What does he mean by the last statement? It says I enjoy being under a headpiece every time I see him. I've been an alien and this is a creepy fact. Princess, a great hero of justice, a terrible idea.
Oh, bag, you always gotta be like that, don't you? Is that it? Black screen? No. March 17th, 4:33 p.m. High Prosecutors offices, room 1202. Whoop! I feel so much better now that the trial's over. And as always, your legal prowess was top-notch, sir. Yeah, nothing beat the look on Mr. Alba's face when you revealed the ring secrets. I was amazed. You're like a totally different person when you step into a courtroom. Mr. Edgeworth is always 10 times fiercer in court.
Based on the information Mr. Alba offered up, they've begun large-scale operations to clean up the rest of the ring, which I'm happy to leave to Francisca and Agent Lang.
So what are your plans now, Kay? Oh, well, we've taken care of that creep who killed my father, so I'm not sure. Hey, I know. Maybe I'll just keep on being Mr. Edgeworth's assistant. Well, are you still trying to steal my job, pal? Just kidding, just kidding. I can't steal something so important to you, Gummy. Phew, what a relief.
Kay,
Yes?
even after all that's happened, are you still planning to become a great thief?
Of course.
Well, you're under arrest in that case.
But I don't want to tarnish the legend of the noble Yatagarasu. So I'm going to hold off on doing anything until I make a tight 3-person team of my own. A 3-person team? A 3-person team of young beauties the same age as me, if possible.
With those criteria, I highly doubt you'll find the 2 other people you need.
My father chose to fight for the truth. I think that's what was so noble about him. So you see, Mr. Edgeworth, the only things I will ever steal are the truths that have been hidden away. I'm going to work extra hard to make a world where the Yatagarasu isn't needed.
Let's both strive for such a future.
Well, I guess it's time for me to get going.
I see.
Kay, keep your chin up and stay strong, okay? And don't be a stranger. Don't worry, I'll be back. I'll be sure to break the lock on the window and sneak in.
If you could, I'd appreciate if you came in through the building's front door.
It's okay, Mr. Edgeworth. The lock on my window at home has been broken for forever. Oh, good lord, Yamshi, why? Oh, one last thing before I go. Let's take a group picture, just the 3 of us. Yeah, commemorative photo. Every big case has to end with one.
No.
Hey, why not? Don't tell me you're camera shy, Mr. Edgeworth.
Of course not, Detective.
Come on, Mr. Edgeworth. I'm taking the picture now. Hey, come back here. Mr. Edgeworth, you can't run away from this, sir.
Hey, Detective Gumshoe. Stop that. I can't be seen doing that.
Okay, I'm totally taking it now. Say cheese! Do we get to see the photo?
And thus the long tale of the KG8 incident came to a close. It saw the demise of a smuggling ring and the birth of a little great thief. But there is little time to rest and relax. For I am eager to tackle the investigation into a new case. The reason for my eagerness is my want to pursue the truth and my want to believe in the strength of those who use the power of the law for good. As someone who has chosen to live my life as a prosecutor, that is my new creed.
They did show it! Oh, don't tell me she blew her nose on the Craven again. I don't know what she did, but she's crazy if she did. Oh my gosh. Good job, Kay. You did everything that needed to be done today. In which case... Wow! I can't believe it! Is that it? Is that the end of the game? Are we done? Oh, we're done. Wow, okay. Just wondering if you guys give me a little bit more credits or not, but I guess not. So then, anyway, that's Ace Attorney Investigations, everyone. If you forgot about the poll, well, you're too late now, because the poll has already ended about, well, I don't know, 40, 45 minutes ago, something like that. So, yeah, it's been over for a little while now, so what are you going to do about that? You can't do anything, unfortunately. Yeah, I wonder what's won. I have no idea. I mean, as of right now, as of the present time, as of recording this, Valkyria Chronicles 2 is winning 10 votes to 6 over, what is it? What was the other game? What was the other game? My gosh, I can't even remember. Azure Striker Gunvolt, that was the second place game. And then third place was Ace Attorney Investigations 2 with 5 votes. So I guess maybe the same series curse is going to live on still. I mean, I don't know. I don't know until it's final, which is honestly not going to be very long from now, because literally I think this is the day before the finale. I'm recording this last part of the episode, because like the first part was like, I don't know, a few days ago, and this part's like right before it's about to come out. So, well, not right before, but like 24 hours before. Like I'm recording this around noon, but regardless, so that is what it is. So anyway, Aaron, what do you think? What was your favorite case in the game? Personally, honestly, I would have to say my favorite case was either case 1 or case 2, oddly enough, which seems a little bit weird, because normally it's like these cases are all kind of, I don't know what's up with that. I mean, these are all good cases, but for some reason, none of them really stood out. At least not to me, anyway. I mean, I'm sure some of you, if I had to take a guess, I'm sure probably some of you would probably say, probably. I'm sure you guys would probably say either case 4 or case 5, though, if I had to guess. But regardless, I will try to remember to leave a poll here, just so you can vote and tell me what your favorite case was. Case 1, case 2, case 3, case 4, case 5. And what was your favorite side character in the game? Don't count any main characters like Edgeworth, Kay, Gumshoe, Francisca, Lang. I think those can all be excluded. I'm not sure if I'm forgetting someone. Is there someone I'm forgetting, everyone? Was there any other main characters that I just completely forgot about? Anyway, yeah, let me know about any side characters. Who was your favorite one, personally? I don't know who my favorite one. Oh, yeah, definitely Zinc LeBlanc. I think I said that once already before. Was it earlier this episode, or was it a couple episodes ago? Did I say that? I think I said that. I said something about Zinc LeBlanc before. But regardless, I think he was my favorite just because I enjoyed voicing him. Just, I don't know. Something about that. Like, if they're fun to voice, then I tend to enjoy that character a little bit more, which is probably why I like Clavier Gavin so much, because I think, honestly, he's probably one of my favorite characters I've ever voiced, just because, I don't know, I like doing that voice. He was kind of all, I wouldn't say crazy, but I can't think of the right word to say for that, but it is what it is, everyone. I like voicing Clive again, which I guess is kind of why I just randomly made him the narrator and Edgeworth's thoughts, which doesn't make any sense, but, you know, the details. I mean, I like doing that. Maybe I'll do that again in the future, who knows, but no guarantees. I mean, obviously I didn't do that in Fire Emblem Heroes of Light and Shadow. Like, whenever the narrator showed up at the start of a chapter, I didn't exactly go in the Clavier Gavin voice or anything like that. I was just using my regular voice. Was I using? No. I think I was using more of a regular narrator voice. Like, I was like, oh, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away. Yeah, that's Star Wars. I don't care. But, because that has something related to Fire Emblem. It doesn't, actually. But anyway, what else? What else do I want to say? Do I want to say anything else? I'm just trying to think, because I always hate ending a series off forgetting about something. Oh, yeah, let's do... Well, not that. That wouldn't be what I want to do. Let's look at this picture, because I forgot to do that almost. Let's see. Turnabout Visitor. Turnabout Airlines. The Kidnap Turnabout. Turnabout Reminiscence. And Turnabout Ablaze. So, I don't get it. I've heard that Turnabout is all about court cases, right? That's how the Japanese court translates into turnabout or something like that. I don't know why. Translations are weird, but if it's supposed to mean court, then isn't this technically inaccurate? Because none of these cases took place in court except for case 4, technically. So, I don't get it. This game's lying. Maybe I'm sure someone's going to correct me on that. Maybe I forgot already for some reason. But anyway, whatever. You see all those pictures right there. So that's good, I guess. This game came out 2009, huh? Not a bad game. Like I said, I'm sure at some point I'll play Investigations 2. Don't know if that'll be the next series or not. It's not looking like it at the moment. So same series is probably gonna live on. But like I said, things can always change. We've always had we've had some crazy leapfrogs in the past, so we'll just have to see. We don't really know whether that's going to happen or not. I will say one thing though. I actually was trying to get Garkon into this finale just because, I don't know. Because he was here for most of the series here, so I was like, I'll try to get him. Well, actually, it was actually mostly his idea. He wanted to get into the finale. I tried to get him into the finale, but lo and behold, couldn't make it work again because reasons. I don't know, everyone. It's so hard sometimes. It's why I'm not sure it's a good idea to do a main series with him again. I'm probably just gonna, if I do, I'm gonna do something with him again in the future, I'm sure, but it's probably just going to be side series only from now on, because honestly, trying to do a daily episodes with him is going to be difficult at any point. So it's just better to just do it as a side series. That way we can do it whenever we want to do it. We don't have. Well, obviously I can just do this whenever I want to do it too. But I made my own stipulation, like I got to put an episode out every day for the main series. I got to do that. That's like part of my own rule here. Sure, I can break that rule. It's my rule. I'm allowed to break my rule, but my gosh, I don't want to do that. So, I try to do my best not to do that. Obviously, if I have to do it, I will do it. Like, that's why I did with Fire Emblem Heroes of Light and Shadow whenever I was working that first job. I wasn't working at the aquarium. That job that I was working for only a few weeks. I was like, oh man, I can't keep up with both this and the series at the same time when all these videos are an hour and a half to 2 hours long. It's like, this is too much. I can't do it. My gosh, I can't believe it. So yeah, that's why I made that little stipulation where it was like, what was it? 5 episodes a week instead of daily episodes. So something like that. But now obviously I'm still doing daily episodes. I'm actually having a little bit of trouble keeping up just because I'm not planning my own sleep properly. I'm falling into bad sleep schedule habits again. So I don't know. It was like, I should have finished this finale a long time ago. Instead, I'm waiting for the day before the finale. Go figure, everyone. Go figure. Anyway, though, I guess I'm just going to wrap this up because I don't think there's anything else I can think of. Anyway, everyone, thank you for joining me on this series. I hope you all enjoyed it. I hope you did. And if you didn't, oh well, if you decide to join me for a new series or you decide to go back and look at some of the old ones, I'll see you there, hopefully, maybe. And thank you to Garkon for joining me for 50-something episodes, I think it was. Something close to that. I don't think we reached 60. So those of you said, what was my choice? Was it 75 plus in the poll? So those of you all said 75 plus, you were all right. You guessed correctly. Congratulations. And this series is tied for the second longest on the channel in terms of episode count with Skies Arcadia Legends. Stay tuned for an official report on the number of hours this took. Because maybe, for all we know, maybe in terms of hours, maybe this is longer than Skies Arcadia Legends. In which case, obviously, well, I don't know. Depends on how you look at it, I guess. You consider episodes to be longer, you consider hours to be longer. Personally, I think I would consider hours to be longer, but I'm sure some people would probably consider episodes to be longer. They both have their own things. So, it's longer in terms of episodes, but this one's longer in terms of hours. So, if this is already a completed playlist, what would take more time to watch too? Obviously this, if it had more hours in Skies Arcadia Legends. But they both have the same number of episodes, so, Well, I don't know, but regardless though, who cares? I don't really know. Like I said though, anyway, thanks Garkon for joining me if you're watching this anyway. Sorry we couldn't get you in for this finale, but I tried, but things again. See you all later! This was a fun game. Hopefully the next game we play will be equally as good.